All right, let's make sure everything is working well. Let's go to Tubes of You, YouTube, and let's make sure everything is live there. We're using Restream. We haven't used Restream in a little while. And yes, it looks like we are live. And welcome everyone. I'm Crash, this is RTA Motorsports. Today we're going to be having a little bit of fun. We're going to be jumping into Dirt Rally. I know it's been a while. Things have been kind of crazy and kind of real busy around here. So we got a studio tour coming soon. We have a lot of new things here, a lot of cool things. Like I got a full, well not full, but pretty darn close to it, giant like mouse pad that covers most of the desk. We have some LED lights here that you're probably going to see through this camera on this stream. We have some LED lights that wrap around the whole back. We have some cool car vlog videos that we're going to be doing. So yeah, there's a lot that's going to be coming and that we have been working on. So, but yeah, we're going to get back in the rig here. This is a late night stream. I've just been kind of itching to get back into Dirt Rally. So tonight we're going to see if I actually can still Dirt Rally in the HTC Vive on the rig. So here we go.
Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
All right, yeah. So you can see the different camera views we got going. We got the head-mounted camera view on the top right there, so you could actually see the LEDs that we have wrapping around our desk completely. Right now it's set to blue. And then you can see the pedal cam down here on the bottom left. That's where you're going to see the pedals in action. And overall, if you have any sort of, I don't know, any sort of input on what other view you want to see. Tonight we're not going to have the motion rig going because it is kind of late. But during the day when we have the motion rig going, if you want to see like a camera a little bit further back so you can see how much motion this rig actually gives, let me know if that's something you want to see. But yeah, let's get Dirt Rally up and running. Actually, before I even put on the gloves, let's do that. So how's everyone doing tonight? If you're watching this at a later date, definitely hit that reminder bell so you can catch some of our live streams when we are streaming. It's all completely random moments right now, but hopefully we'll be getting on a schedule soon enough. Very interesting. There must have been a recent update to Dirt Rally. Never seen that happen before, where Dirt Rally actually does not launch in VR. That's kind of strange. Let's see. Let's go to properties and see what is going on there. Try it one more time. If not, it's not wanting to launch in VR for whatever reason. Which it doesn't seem to be at the moment. We just got to do a quick fix for that. Yeah, these things sometimes happen. Let's see, let's go to our Revive dashboard. You know, this is actually a good tip because there's some of my viewers that have been messaging me on how to actually use Revive. They're having issues with Revive even working. So, if I remember correctly, I think with Dirt Rally you go to patch once you install Revive. Then you just locate the actual file. So you go to your install directory. And for me, I have it on an SSD. Normally Steam apps, common. And then you can see all your games installed there. Then you go down to the actual application, you click on it. Boom, it should say, oh, it actually says replace the files in the destination. So strange. So I shouldn't really be having this issue. Let's try to launch Dirt Rally again. Let's see what happens. Very strange. This is not normal. Definitely not normal. Normally it loads right up in VR. Let's try one more thing. There's one more thing I could think of, and if not, we might actually have to just maybe do something else here. This is a shame. Go to inject. Although I don't think it works with inject, but we'll give it a shot. We'll do the same thing. Steam apps common. Dirt Rally. Click on the application again. This is so strange. Let's see if this actually loads up now. Alright, yep, it doesn't seem to be wanting to load in VR for some reason. So you know what? We'll take the headset off and we'll just do it without the headset on, which is going to be a little odd for me because I always do this in VR, which is kind of strange. So what we'll do is we'll just take that one camera out of there and we'll just roll with the punches. Let's change our desktop audio device. Some people actually prefer to not, well, they don't like to watch streams in VR anyway because they say it's like too much motion and whatnot, which I could understand. Let's actually move this down over here and take the take that view off. There's always issues whenever you're trying to do a live stream. There's always something that happens. It's gonna be kind of like a breath of fresh air though. This is something I haven't done in a long time. Let's see if we could get this. I gotta figure out why Dirt Rally. I'm probably gonna have to fix the install. I think that's probably what's gonna have to happen. I have to uninstall and reinstall it. make sure that we could actually... There we go. Okay, so the sound's working. At least the sound is working. Let's get back on this view here, and let's get... game capture up and running. There we go. All right. Boom. We fixed it somewhat. Boom. All right. Oh man, this whole stream, it's been kind of a hey, Top Clarky 2004. Hey, how you doing? All right, so let's see what we should do first. I'm thinking we'll do rally. We'll do Wales. And River Severn Valley long. Now, if I remember correctly, I think I had a problem with my H pattern, like being... Actually, let's make sure that that's even working correctly. Now that Dirt Rally is kind of having some issues for some reason, let's go through the controls and make sure that that's actually working. Look left, look right. See, gear up, gear down. Okay. So it's not set to H pattern mode, so I need to go to I think it's profile, preferences. There we go. Edit setup. Last time I did this, it wasn't allowing me to actually assign the gears, and it's still not. It's just not doing anything, which is strange. Every time I put it in gear, it just comes right out. I think my clutch is still... Where's clutch? Handbrake. Go to choose preset. We'll use a different. Yeah, I'll completely override it. It's alright. To your left. Nope, 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 damn it. There we go. Okay. Boom. Brake. Recover vehicle. We'll put 10. Gear up. Gear down. For some reason, this paddle has been sticking too, I've noticed. Might have to address that, take it apart, kind of figure out what's going on. So let's put the clutch on. Come on. See if this works. All right, so that actually worked. So I've lost functionality of my joystick, but now it's at least letting me set up my gears, which is kind of cool, I guess. Nope, no. There we go. And then reverse gear is going to be boom, clutch. All right, that should be everything. We're kind of leaving everything as is. I was recommended put the sensor whenever I'm racing certain vehicles in here to 540, so I'm going to give that a shot instead of 900, and we'll see how that works out for us. That might work. We'll see. But look, now that I did that, I actually can't use my joystick like I normally would. Just kind of strange. Hopefully that saves. Never seems to at all. All right, so custom, boom, Wales, River Severn Valley. Why not? I'm gonna do midday cloudy. Kind of keep it as simple as possible, and then we'll use our tried and true Super Impreza 1995 rally car. It's been a while since I actually raced this car in H-pattern mode. We normally do sequential because I was having that issue with actually binding my H-pattern. I'm glad we finally got it. I mean, kind of all these issues worked out in the end. Saying button 2, but nothing's actually working. We'll just hit enter on the keyboard. At least we have a keyboard nearby. Hit the shakedown. We were not in VR, if you haven't noticed, because VR doesn't seem to be working with Dirt Rally tonight for some odd and crazy reason. Oh, this is very zoomed out. I can't do with this field of view. We're gonna have to definitely move the OG Dog. Hey, how you doing? Just trying to, you know, jump back into Dirt Rally, but unfortunately our Vive, our Vive is working, but Dirt Rally doesn't want to accept it for some odd and crazy reason. Graphics, video mode. I think field of view is in there. Nope. We'll just move the seat. I think it's all numlock buttons if I remember correctly. Trying to remember which ones do which. There we go. Let's move that. We'll move that into about there. That feels about right. That feels a little bit better. All right, here we go.
5, 4.
Keep that in first.
3, 2, 1, go. 60 over crest, left 6, and right 6, 100. Left 6, and right 5.
Alright, so for some reason there's like a huge dead zone in my steering wheel. Probably because we just, so look, from here to there, there's like nothing. So it's probably just because since we had to set it up again, did not set up the actual dead zones. So let's go to advanced wheel settings. Oh yeah, look at that, 20%, that's horrible. What else? We don't want a dead zone there. I don't like dead zones anywhere. Clutch saturation, we'll leave that at 70%. And we're gonna have to restart, unfortunately. because our dead zone was setting us up for failure. So we're actually also streaming to our Twitch channel at the same time. If you haven't checked us out, I'll make sure I put that in the description so you can check out our channel there. Oh, this is weird, racing on a screen. Oh, this feels wrong. Oh my gosh. I'm like so taken back by being on a screen as opposed to VR. I know, I know. It's really kind of hard to judge distances too. Oh, that was just a shakedown. Look how we finished sideways, almost upside down. Oh gosh. This is a shame I can't use the buttons on the wheel. All right, let's start the stage. Glad that was just a shakedown. That would have been embarrassing. Jeez. All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 60 over crest, left 6, and right 6, 100, left 6, and right 5, and left 6 half long, 80 over crest, left 6, right 5, 60, keep right over crest, 150 through dip, right 6,
There we go. All right, we're doing good so far.
dip, right 6, and left 5 half long over crest, 100, keep right over crest, 80, keep left over crest, 80 over crest, right 6, then crest jump, maybe 150, left 6, and caution, right 6 bump, and left 5 logs outside, 130, right 5, keep in, right 6, continue to 80, and right 5 continues over crest, right 6 over crest,
All right, this is actually getting pretty intense.
and right 4 don't cut, into caution, right 4 long, long, don't cut, 60, and right 5 over jump, maybe, right 6, into caution, left 5 gate, and left 1 long, into turn hairpin right. 200 past junctions. Caution, keep right over crest, through posts. Left 6 through posts, jump 60, crest dip, right 3. Left 6, 60, line over crest. Left 4 half long.
How did that stall it? Come on now.
It's a right 1 long, don't cut, 100. Caution, right 6 crest, jump maybe. Left 4 long, over crest. 80 over crest. Left 4 continues to 80.
No, no. I'm sure I punctured a tire or something. Oh, we are stuck. We are stuck. Let's go to recover. Oh my gosh. You know, I don't even know what that symbol is, but hey, how you doing, Yoko Rocky? Recover the vehicle. That's embarrassing that I had to do that. 15 seconds, jeez.
It's a right 2 over 80.
It's been a while. Now we actually driven on a screen, so you gotta cut me at least a little bit of slack.
Right 6 posts, care, keep right over crest. Into left 6
Again, normally VR here,
and keep right over jump 100.
but
Keep left over jump maybe through gate. And jump maybe and caution.
Dirt Rally is being difficult tonight for some odd, strange reason.
Crest, care, left 5 long times to 1. Keep right over crest, 80 through dip. Crest, right 6 half long. 150 over crest bump. Caution, keep left over crest. Left 6, 60. 6 through dip, keep right over crest, 150. Keep
Awesome. That is awesome. Is it a direct drive? No, this is a Fanatec or Fanatec, however you pronounce it. I pronounce it Fanatec V2.5 wheelbase with V3 pedals, V1.5 shifter, and their handbrake. I kind of slowly collected their stuff while I had Thrustmaster. I had a Thrustmaster TX everything. I'm also streaming to my YouTube channel. Definitely check us out there for all of our videos. It's RTA Motorsports on YouTube. You can see all the reviews and unboxings of all the equipment that we've had over the years. This is actually like I was saying, I mean, this is our first stream in like maybe 2 years, if that, with no VR on my head. Normally we have this because we're actually sitting in our Prosimu T1000 motion rig. We don't have the motion on because it's kind of late where I am right now. But normally we have VR and motion going for all of our streams. But I would link you, but to be honest with you, I don't even have. I'm actually using Restream for the second time ever, and so I don't even have Twitch open. But yeah, just check us out, RTA Motorsports. It's www.youtube.com, I think, /RTA Motorsports, and you should be able to find us. Oh my gosh! How did we flip there? I know. We went end over end. Yep, RTA Motorsports, just like that. Yeah, we have, we started this channel back in, I think it was 2014. I mean, it started way beforehand, but I wasn't RTA Motorsports at the time. We kind of, too deep in thought. Wow, how did we end up on the track still? Started back in 2014 with a T100, Thrustmaster T100 wheel, which is like a 200 degrees or 240, I think, or something like that. It's a very small little plastic wheel. And then from there we went to the TX, and now we have this wheel. For a very short period of time, I had the Thrustmaster, what was that? The, I can't think right now. My brain is tired. Oh, don't tell me the car just died. There we go. Awesome, thank you so much. Oh, jeez. I don't even remember this track at all. I forgot how long this track is actually. Oh, jeez. That was horrible. Whew. Would you say people are pretty receptive to VR and sim racing? It's kind of hard to say. The reason why I love VR and I love sim racing in VR, I think it's totally hands down the best way to experience it because you feel like you're in the car. to me, so it's really like the best. And I have a motion rig in that amount of immersion. Even when I only had the bass shaker on my simple rig in my older videos with simvibe, the immersion level is amazing. It really is. I used to have, if you look at some of my real old videos, Germany 20,007, how you doing? Yoko, if you look at some of my older videos, you can see I had a triple screen setup. That was my, I've done it. VR to me, hands down, is much more immersive. So, but when you're streaming, not so much. I've had complaints of people saying that my videos are hard to watch because they just get motion sick. It's just too much motion. So I turned down my motion rig a little bit because not only is my head moving, my rig is moving and everything's bouncing around. So yeah, they're not really too receptive of it, but you know, I'm having fun with it, so that's what I stream. That's probably one of the reasons that my viewership is not the best, but you know, I just want to stream with what I have fun with, so that's just me. Let's do hill climb. Yeah, yep, that's yeah, I mean, you know, if you look at some of my later videos, I've kind of adjusted my motion rig so that way it's probably a little bit better, a little bit more accurate as to what they have intended us to feel. So it's not really too hard to watch. I mean, there's not a whole lot of motion there. And especially with sim racing, your head's pretty much locked into the horizon for the most part, unless you're looking into the turns. But, you know, like the types of videos I used to love to watch on YouTube were videos of race car drivers that were, it was like in-car views, or, you know, if it was a driver that drove down the Nordschleife, I want to see the camera from his head cam. So I kind of feel like it's giving you that sort of view again. But it's from me. But, you know, some people aren't into it, so it's understandable. It's all personal preference. But on our YouTube channel, we do other videos too, so. Whoa, what is this? Hill climbing in modern? I have never seen this. Is this new? Well, it says new. What the heck is that? Did they just update Dirt Rally recently? This is probably why I couldn't get VR to work. It's probably got to be like a new workaround. I didn't realize that they actually updated Dirt Rally at all, especially since they have Dirt 4. That is insane. Alrighty, let's give it a shot. Hopefully I didn't actually choose rain. I don't want it to be rainy. I really want to give this car a good thrashing and feel it, not have to worry about the weather as well. Dude, this is crazy. Yes, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you there. Looks like the track is wet. Let's actually get out of it. And we will choose, if I remember correctly, I think we're going to have to start to run and then exit. See, and this is going to be a sequential shift car. Yeah, it's going to be a sequential shift car. We'll use, because my paddles, I mean, I guess it may work. I probably have to give it some use anyway. That's probably why it's sticking so much. But we're also going to have to change that view, because that is way too zoomed out. Personally, I remove all dead zones. There's really no reason to have it, in my opinion, if you're using a wheel. Let's see. Guard. That is crazy. So full course. Yeah, let's change the weather to afternoon sunny. I really want to try this car the way it was intended. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to change this to, we need to actually go out and I need to change this to sequential as far as my preferences. This is one thing I never really liked about this title is that you have to actually go out and do this. It doesn't automatically, you know, choose. I mean, there is a way to, I'll show you. There's a way to manual H pattern or sequential. Let's just leave it like that. So that way we could kind of bounce back and forth a little easier. Card is crazy looking. In this game, no. Is there any way to adjust force feedback or see if there's any clipping after you adjust? There's a way to adjust force feedback. There is. Both in the game and with this wheel specifically, on this wheel, yes. And many of the wheels out there, you can adjust it in its own software. This wheel, you can adjust it on the fly. But there's no way to see if you're clipping, unfortunately. So that's kind of the deal with that. There's a lot of like third-party softwares out there that kind of run in the background. You can see if you're clipping, but nothing in the game. No meter like Assetto Corsa, I think you're referring to, is kind of like the most common one out there. Oh man, the view in this car is not the greatest as far as seeing out. Definitely have to adjust the field of view, the actual field of view, instead of... Alright, so hopefully this works out. I can barely see anything from the inside of this car. Oh, this car feels definitely very, very different. Kind of feels very twitchy. It's like not taking much to make this car turn, and when it does turn, it almost feels a little hard to control. See, it just slides. I'm wondering if... Ah, geez. Alright, let's go out. Let's make sure we have mixed surface on. I'm not really feeling this car too much, but if we do have mixed surface on or all gravel, I think it would make it a little bit more fun. Hill climb, let's discard that. Yeah, we didn't even have mixed surface on. Do full course again. Oh, and it doesn't allow us to choose modern. Interesting, very interesting. So we'll choose our normal. Actually, we'll choose a 405 Pikes Peak. Peugeot 405. How often and when do I stream? See, that's the problem. I don't stream on a normal schedule. Normally, here in Pacific time, I normally stream in the mornings. But sometimes I stream late at night like we are now. And that's why I recommend right now, as of now, if you are on the YouTube side of it, definitely subscribe and hit that reminder bell so that way you can see when we are streaming. I'm not sure with Twitch if there's a real way to do that, but we are getting back in the swing of things. We do have some videos coming out on the YouTube side as well as some more streams lined up. So yeah. So this car is actually, if I remember correctly, I think H pattern, so we'll stay H pattern with this car here. Awesome, awesome. And actually, the view from this car is a lot better than what we were experiencing. This car just feels so much more neutral, doesn't feel as twitchy. Ah, we're gonna hit the people. In this title, what happens is you're able to drive the car in H pattern mode, and that's what I don't like about it. So yeah, it's not like trying to think what title does it. I think it's Assetto Corsa. It's pretty good about that, where if you're driving H pattern car, it'll block you out of the sequential controls. Oh man, in non-VR, this is so freaking weird feeling. There we go. All right, finally on the dirt. These cars behave so much more predictably on the dirt than they do, at least to me. Come on. Just got to get back to the feel of it. Come on. Oh my gosh, so many rookie mistakes. My favorite sim racing title is not necessarily Dirt Rally. Dirt Rally holds a special place in my heart because just simply I was there in the beginning when they were doing the whole early release thing, and I was, you know, sending emails to the developers and letting them know what I think and everything. I just felt like I was involved in this title, which was pretty cool because everyone was who got this title from the very beginning. But no, it's not my favorite. My favorite is probably Assetto Corsa. Probably Assetto Corsa, then close second would be this, and then iRacing. iRacing is just very serious. Takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. You got to be in the right mindset to really get the most out of iRacing. And right now, with my schedule, it's just a little hard to really devote that much time into iRacing. Yeah, iRacing is pretty expensive, but it depends on how you do it, and that's a thing. See, iRacing itself, you got to think about it as a career. It's actually what's messing me up a lot. I keep looking down at chat, and I end up like in the trees somewhere. So iRacing, but I appreciate it, I really do. iRacing, you really got to treat it like a career. And you got to think about what you would want to race. Do you want to race ovals? Do you want to race road? Do you want to do a little bit of both? When you join, especially in rookie mode, you get a lot of cars to begin with in both. I think they give you quite a few cars now. And so you get to try out different things and really see what you feel is your taste. But you know, once you actually start getting your license up and you can start specializing, that's when you buy the cars and the tracks. In rookie mode, they pretty much give you everything you really need to do all the races in those different series. But once you get into like C or D, oh man, that's when you really need to start buying tracks. And each track, you know, there's pretty informative videos online on how to get the most out of iRacing, because there's some series that, you know, you're given tracks in rookie and you're given cars in rookie, and depending on what you want to do, you can look at what's coming up in the series and what tracks are going to visit, and you could like choose which one you want to race, what series you want to be a part of, depending on how many tracks you have and how many of those tracks you have. So that way you only need to buy 1 or 2 tracks and you don't really have to buy a car. But I've poured a lot of money into iRacing, I really have, and it's mainly because of like ADHD type behavior where I'm like all over the place. I just keep buying, oh, this new car just came out, I want to try it, instead of really focusing on one series. And what that has done is not allowed me to really get the most out of iRacing, because iRacing is not really meant for you to just treat it like Gran Turismo, Assetto Corsa, Race Room, where you just jump in a car, jump in a track, and just give it a shot. It's meant for you to buy a car, take it seriously, buy a track, take it seriously, because there's a purpose, because it's a part of a series, and it's meant for you to be, you know, spending hours and hours practicing a track till you mastered it before you race. And if that's an experience you want to be a part of, which I have fun doing it if I have the time, but that's a problem. It's not meant for you to jump around. So if you go in there with the right intentions, the right mindset, then it's not all that expensive. It's not too bad at that point. There we go. It's not a super commitment, but you have to be in the right mindset to get the most out of it, to really make it worthwhile and make it make sense financially, because you are paying for a membership. And there's, you know, 1 or 2 month memberships where you could try rookie class, you could try for 1 or 2 months. If it's not for you, it's not for you, and you don't really have to proceed any further with it. There's really nothing like it out there in the multiplayer side of it, except for what Sim Racing Systems is doing. And Sim Racing Systems is really like mimicking that iRacing sort of flavor, with the, you know, having license classes and you get ranked depending on, come on, you get ranked depending on your performance, which is really what iRacing is all about. So Sim Racing Systems is now like, it's a free app that adds on to Race Room and Assetto Corsa, and it mimics that, it really does. But I think iRacing itself as a whole, just, you know, it's very easy, it's plug and play. It just, oh, we're going off. I remember that way too late in the game. And it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for, you know, casual or pretty serious sim racing fun, you can really have a lot of fun in a lot of these other titles without having to make that devotion. But iRacing is really the staple at the moment with multiplayer online racing. That's really it. Woo! Yeah, the wheel and games I picked up cost me a small fortune. Gonna spend a while recovering. Haha. Yeah. It's a hobby, like everything else. Hobby-wise, hobbies are expensive, and hobbies can get very pricey depending on how you do it. Speaking of which, what wheel did you get? Kind of curious. So we got 4th place. It's not Not really the best. Oh, was that just practice? Did we do like a practice of the whole thing? The start run now. I thought we actually did it. G920 with the shifter. That's definitely it's going to be a long-lasting wheel. Those Logitechs last a long time, that's for sure. Let's see, what else can we do? Why am I getting some weird... There we go. And let's try... There we go. Lancia Delta S4. Hey, you know, that's how it works sometimes. That's how it worked for me. The nice thing about a lot of sim racing stuff is if you ever need to resell it, you can normally recoup a lot of your funds back pretty easily. With a lot of sim racing stuff. A lot of sim racing stuff does not seem to go down in price much at all on the used market, so you definitely it's one of the easier hobbies to get out of if you ever have to. Move this camera and boom. All right, so that's not too bad.
5, 4,
Yeah, actually
2, 1, go. 60.
back where my parents live, I have my actual... Oh no, I did not listen to the calls there. Let's recoup that because I got caught in drum talk right there. Oh man, my mind just went completely off. That's an Asus DM10 Studio 6-piece kit. I have back at my parents' place across the country. That's where I have my actual normal acoustic drum kit that I need to get out here. Whoa! Don't let go of the steering wheel. What the heck? It's not wanting to turn. We'll give this one more shot. One more shot. But yeah, VR and sim racing to me, I mean, I've been doing it for a while. I think it's its natural path. Come on, baby. Taking that turn very easy. There we go. All right, so we made it. Ah! It feels like we've blown a tire or something. Maybe not. He would have told me already. Oh, back tires are off the edge. Oh my gosh, we're rolling. We are rolling. We're still rolling. Oh my god. Looking for a new home for your Vive already? How are you feeling about the Vive Pro? Are you looking into that at all? As soon as pre-orders come available, I'm actually going to be pre-ordering one myself. Surprised the pre-orders haven't come out yet. Thought they would.
Left 6, into right 6, long, 80 over crest. Left 6, right, 60 down, 2 left. 100 down over bumps. 10 to right,
I think we're getting the handle on this car.
caution left 6.
Ah, I said that right at the wrong moment. Come on.
Into caution left 4 and down, 2 hands right.
So the reason why I was asking is because with sim racing, one of the complaints that we have as sim racers is that looking off in the distance is a little hard at cars in the distance. Cars are a little pixelated, the track's a little pixelated, and you don't notice that. Wow, I am doing horrible. You don't notice that more than, like, you know, long straightaway tracks, and it's kind of hard to see brake markers. It's hard to read your dash, hard to do anything like that. So I'm kind of hoping the increased pixels, well, the increased pixel count, the better resolution monitors that they have in there is actually going to make it a much more pleasant experience for us, because in normal VR titles, you don't really notice that. It's a non-issue, but in sim racing, it's not even an issue, but you know, you kind of notice it. Even with super sampling, yes. Super sampling, depending on your system, we're gonna restart that because I did absolutely freaking horrible. With super sampling, it's a little bit clearer. Is it difficult to see the dash and such with super? It's better, but with super sampling, it just has such an impact on your system. And I'm running a 1080 Ti, and even then, I normally have super sampling only at like 1.3, if that. But yeah, it's still kind of hard to see your dash. Now, when you're racing, you're never looking at your dash. But if you're playing a title like Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator, it kind of matters a little bit more. But more pixels is better. Wow, 2.5 on your games? What cards do you have? That is insane. I can't. I don't think my system can run stably at all. Let's try a different car. Try one of the 2010 guys here. We'll try the Fiesta Rallycross. But yeah, you already have a Vive. Have you tried any sort of sim racing titles? Oh, okay. So he says, yeah, that's for native games made for VR. Not sure how it'll translate into other titles. He has one 1080 Ti. Okay, all right. So with sim racing titles, most sim racing titles, the best one you're gonna want is Assetto Corsa because it runs the smoothest. It really does. It runs sweet like butter. Project Cars 2 has its issues, but it looks the prettiest. iRacing, it's kind of like in the middle ground. Race from Racing Experience runs okay. Dirt Rally, you can see we had issues today trying to get it to run in VR. You have to use something called Revive to have it work, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It didn't work today, and I tried to repatch it. It didn't work at all. So I think I'm going to have to uninstall and reinstall the title and start from scratch. Maybe see what this last update did with VR. Not sure. But Assetto Corsa runs real smooth. But they were never intended to run VR when they were first developed. So there's just optimizations issues. It doesn't run as smooth as you think it would. I've used Oculus. Yes, I've used Oculus. I don't have an Oculus. My dad actually has an Oculus. And I borrowed a friend's Oculus. It runs smoother. It really does. I think their software is a little bit better implemented, so it does run smoother, but I'm still going to get a Vive Pro. The Oculus is smoother, the frame rates are better, overall easier experience in VR, especially in iRacing. iRacing I got like 10 or 12 frames better, but with our 1080 Ti's it's not really that big of an issue. Just lower some of the graphical settings down a little bit. You don't really notice a difference because you have your limitations as far as the screen door effect anyway, which is really not that bad. And once you're racing, it's like, you know, once you're actually in a race and you got people next to you and whatnot, there's very limited things that you notice because you're just so focused. So things become a non-issue very, very quickly. And that's also another point to bring up. You know, how much is really actually going to matter, because when you're in the heat of things, there's certain things that you just don't even notice. I just noticed I can't see the dash, and I just went off on the same place. Let me move this down a little bit so that way we could actually see what we're... maybe up. No. It doesn't feel natural at all, but we're going to have to. So that way I can at least see what gear we're in. This title doesn't work with the dash display in here for some reason.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 60, left 360.
I think once you get your wheel set up, it's gonna be such an experience for you. You're gonna lose your mind. It's gonna be so much fun for you. Don't even worry about anything I'm saying about the pixels or anything like that, screen door effect, because once you're in a race, you have cars try to cut you off or overtake you. There's certain things you just quickly stop noticing, and that's one of them. This right paddle of mine is definitely sticking. I think I'm gonna have to take it apart and maybe grease it. I'm not sure. It's working, but it's like sludge is caught in there or something. I don't know. Oh, that tree! Darn it! I don't know how I forgot anything about that tree. Alright, you know what? Now it's bothering me. Let's restart it. I want a clean run at this track. I can't believe I'm not getting a clean run right now. Oh yeah, one thing he picked up from arcade racing that other people seem to hate in sim racing is he races dirty. Oh yeah. Then you're not going to like iRacing because they'll actually ban you. Yeah, if you're going to make everyone crash, that is not the way to do it. You could do some racing in like race room racing experience or Assetto Corsa in open lobbies, but you're not going to want to do anything that you're going to be licensed and tracked for, like iRacing or sim racing systems. They definitely applaud and give you good scores based on how you do and how well you race. So, all right, here's a tip. iRacing, it doesn't matter who hit who, you are both penalized. And if you're reported for being aggressive, they'll watch the replay and they could ban you without a refund. It's a part of the agreement. So it's not like if you make one mistake or if something could be misconstrued as being aggressive, but if you have a long history of being aggressive and a few people complain about it and it's very obvious, they'll ban you. They actually banned a pro race car driver recently, like a big name race car driver. They straight up banned him because he was kind of being a little aggressive or quite a bit dirty on the track. So they're very adamant against that. Yeah, it's a different world, you know, than, you know, doing the pit maneuver on some cars, you know, for fun on Need for Speed. It's not like that. These people, they'll spend days and days practicing getting setups just right for that one race. And if you spin them out just because it's funny, you just threw their practice sessions right down the drain. You know, and maybe they needed that race to move up a license or something like that. Some people take it very seriously is what I'm trying to say. Come on. Come on. That's so much fun. There we go. Oh no! Somehow got back on track. Thanks for all the info. Hey, you know, I've been doing this for a few years and I got into it pretty heavy. If you can't tell, definitely check out some of my rig videos. I have a studio tour coming up soon where we're just going to go through our computer, our rig and everything, just kind of like an update because we've been doing reviews and we've been doing unboxings, but I've never really done a, you know, whole collimation video because I get questions a lot on what are you using for this, what are you using for that. I'm just going to do a brief studio tour and then probably answer some questions that I've been collecting as far as, you know, people that just wanted to get into it. Some things have come up, you know, now that I'm helping my dad get into it because he has a wheel, he has VR, that I've realized I've never even covered those questions at all. It's probably a good time to do so. But anyway, all right, I think I'm going to wrap this up here. This was pretty fun, late night stream. It's getting really late actually here, and then daylight savings is about to hit us, and I'm going to lose yet another hour, so I really need to get my butt to bed. But I'm Crash's RTA Motorsports or Crash Alt Gaming, depending on what you're watching, YouTube or Twitch. Definitely get us on RTA Motorsports on YouTube if you want to see a lot of our videos, reviews. But we also have a lot of car vlogs. We have a CTSV, and we do a lot of fun stuff with that. We went to Cars and Coffee in San Francisco not too long ago. Definitely check out that video. That was a lot of freaking fun. A lot of cool, interesting vehicles we've seen out there too. But we also have some more videos coming out, not only about the car, but also about the rig, the studio. You probably heard a lot of the different car, rig talk that we were having here on this live stream. Hit that reminder bell too on our YouTube so that way you can get notified when we're doing our live streams because they're all completely random at this point in time. We're looking to get on a schedule soon. Hopefully that happens real soon, and definitely let me know what you guys want to see. It helps me out big time. Yoko Rocky, thank you so much. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I don't know if I did or not, but thank you so much for joining in and keeping me interested. This was definitely a lot of fun. So I hope to see you all next time. Thank you so much. See you then.